Tubular steel frame is £43.90. You can take it home flat packed for only £14.95.
One way of enriching uranium is to use a series of porous membranes through which the less dense 235 atoms pass more readily. Let me put it this way.
You can't push care through pipelines.
Yeah, I suppose you could term it like that.
Stand by, folks. 4 take. 3 seconds.
Television facilities are expensive, and you can't afford to waste time. You can't afford for people not to understand what you're talking about. You know, you really have to get on with it, because every half an hour or hour that is wasted is hundreds of pounds going down the lavatory pan, you see. And so I feel very strongly that whenever I'm able to, I go to a studio that has, first of all, true broadcast facilities, and a studio that has got people that know how to drive the equipment. This is a 30-second commercial, and it is for call timer, which is a little device that fits on your telephone and tells you by pressing a button how long your call is, you see. And so if you've got lots of children who use the phone incessantly, you'll be able to time them and get them to pay the bill. Okay?
Come on. Pan right. Pan right. Come on. Hold that. Now flood it.
In the centre of London, there isn't a studio of this size with these facilities, this sort of lighting grid. Certainly, there isn't a studio with a lighting grid like this. Also, we find that the atmosphere and the cooperation that we get from the people here is ahead of the others. This, to my way of thinking, having come from broadcast television, is desperately important.
Here we go.
Okay. Stand by then, please.
Roll record.
We are recording.
I'll cue you on the sequence.
And there was this lovely little cotton dress with the most gorgeous blue eyes and fabulous tan.
Stop recording.
The timing of that is right, and the expression I thought was right and good.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Go again straight away.
And there was this lovely little cotton dress with the most gorgeous blue eyes and
fantastic wire racing wheels.
If you have a telephone and a family like mine, you need a call timer. Fit one on the phone and start cutting your costs. It tells the time, the date. It's a stopwatch too, so you can time all your calls.
precisely.
Get Call Timer and save money. Only $9.95 from leading stores everywhere. Call Timer. Great ideas from Ingersoll.
We use these programs twice a year now to keep employees fully in the picture on what's going on throughout the company. So far, they've been very successful, especially in dealing with subjects such as the annual financial results.
Stand by studio. Quiet everywhere, please.
Come out just a little bit, John.
Standing by on the floor.
Cue her.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Kodak Reports. And in this programme, as promised, we'll be taking a detailed look at the work of the Employee Relations Division. And of course, we'll also be bringing you right up to date with what's news in Kodak Limited. But first, over to James at the Marketing Education Centre for the latest news of the really big story of 1982.
And here it is, the new disc camera, the latest in a long line of innovative breakthroughs that has kept Kodak way out in front in the international marketplace for the amateur photographer. But a lot's been happening since you first saw the disc.
That's fine, yes. The next one we want is actually the disc commercial, which was transferred from Quad. That cut seemed to be all right.
I think it's very good. Yeah.
Relevant to it, but the way things have turned out, we haven't actually shot anything.
Well, it's very important in programmes of this type that the quality matches the normal standards of TV output, because that's the standard that people judge them by. So you need a professional production team with a comprehensive range of studio and location facilities to enable this kind of programme to be made well, and that's why we use CTVC.
Okay, stand by then. Turn over.
Well, that new range of disc cameras is just one example of the way things are changing in Kodak. And there are plenty more. Take a look at this, for instance. The multi-million-pound computer-controlled warehouse complex that's taking shape here at Swallowdale.
Yeah, and then just a very slow tilt and pan down. That's right.
Is that about right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because today, Kodak is a very different company from what it used to be even 5 years ago. And the changes that have been taking place are fundamental.
We try to deal with real issues in these programmes, and to be honest, that's not always easy, especially in the planning stage when senior management has to decide the main thrust of these programmes. But CTVC is very good at working within a team among the Kodak people who all take a part in deciding the way these programmes will go and the sort of subjects they deal with. And we find that very useful indeed, the creative input that they are capable of.
As a result, one division has faced a particularly difficult task, the Employee Relations Division. So how have they been coping?
I think the division's been coping very well with the cooperation of our employees and the unions. But there is one point I would like first to make, and that is this. Of course, I appreciate that a number of our employees today are concerned about the future, and with what's happening generally in British industry, it's natural. But there is another point, too, that I would like to make.
Well, one of the advantages of working with CTVC is that we can also use our own in-house film crew. The way that it works is that we discuss the sequence with CTVC, who then subsequently do the edit and script it, and it works extremely well.
This is undoubtedly the most important innovation from Kodak since the introduction of cartridge-loading Instamatic cameras nearly 20 years ago, and I'm particularly proud to have been closely associated with both of them.
A total of 140 journalists from television, radio, and from the national, regional, and trade press were there to try the disc for themselves. And by all accounts, it was a tremendous success.
This is the 5th programme that we've made with CTVC, and I think it's probably the best so far. But I think the important thing, really, from our point of view, is not the winning of prizes, but in that the programmes do work. We know that from reaction of our employees.
You are about to participate in a great adventure. It will be the most exciting chance of your lives. Never before have we offered so much. For this is Voyager. We're going on a long journey together. A journey that will show you your dreams and give you a unique chance to make those dreams come true. Voyager launches a new type of personal sales incentive campaign, quite unlike anything you've ever seen before. This is a once-only opportunity for all staff working in a Burton Group store, and you will have but a single chance to participate.
We've got the artists on the set now, actually.
Yeah. Mark, they're coming in now.
It's a really nice barn there.
It's a nice little pub. It's nice.
If we give John his little calculator or something so he doesn't look a little spare.
Animate with the calculator. Do some small thing. Yes.
Perfect, Mr. Grant.
No, I shall agree with everything.
That's fine.
Well, quiet everywhere, please. It says a tape.
Everyone in your store will be given the opportunity to participate, whether full or part-time, manager or member of staff. Each will receive the same opportunity to win. Your ability to succeed in the Voyager adventure and to win prizes beyond your wildest dreams will depend on your making all your customers aware of our ready credit facilities, available to them in your store. Every time you persuade a customer to make out an application for ready credit, we will quite simply give every one of you a chance to travel anywhere in the world.
Our group is already one of the largest and most successful fashion store groups in the high street today. Customers will come into your store as a matter of course. All you have to do is stop them going elsewhere.
Every customer who comes in to spend £20 cash could, and would, if asked, spend £200 if only given the ready credit message. Don't forget that it's you who must bring up the subject of ready credit and that your ability to travel around the world depends on it.
Make buying on ready credit easy. So, start thinking ready credit, start dreaming, and go all out for success. We'll leave you with one last thought. You and your manager have an important decision to make. Has your branch got the determination to succeed, or are you prepared to let some other branch beat you to prizes that could change your whole life? Winner or loser? You decide. Right now.
I found the crew more than helpful. When I came in this morning, I was a little dubious, not having worked with such a large crew, but it couldn't have gone better. The results we've got, they're over the moon with. What more can I say?
If Stan can move the thing more vigorously, please. It might, because we won't see the bottom of it, it might be helpful if he holds the propeller and jiggles that.
It's got to be fast movement because it's a vibration correcting compound.
Go, Richard.
76 on 3 next.
It's too loud! Sorry, say again? It's too loud! The motor's too loud! It's too flaming loud!
Sorry, couldn't hear a thing for that outboard motor. What did you say again?
Forget it. Just tell me what mind-blowing botch-up you have perpetrated on an innocent piece of engineering this time. But please, please do not, repeat not, mention the word glue.
I won't, Mr. Lemon. Glue is the last word I'd use to describe a Loctite thread locker.
Oh, God.
We designed our production in a series of modules so that we could, over a period of 2 or 3 years, re-edit new products within those comedy sequences. And the effect really was that we had to use the maximum studio time and acting time to the best advantage. And that meant really plugging into a machine which was ready running, almost like a roundabout that we had to jump on, use the time and jump off again. We also had to consider the people. We weren't just hiring a technical facility, although those facilities are marvellous. It's important that the people have the interface with us as creative people to put it in the can exactly in the way that we wanted it. And really, I'm delighted.
Stop tape. Right, okay, in fact, we've got 2 cut points there. We can cut.
Yeah.
We got it out, so. Pretty good. Right, we'll move on to the last thing now.
No, see you from the bottom.
Take your own cue in. Once that goes down, you speak.
What's this then, Mr. Lemon?
This young smart, I am given to understand, is the pride of the Topman estate. A valuable object d'art in the form of one aquatic garden sculpture, whose intricate poise and delicate balance has been disturbed by a plumbing problem. And this department has been entrusted with the task of restoring it to its former state of aesthetic beauty.
Novel, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you could term it like that.
I don't please.
Pick up on shot 85.
And cue them. And out you come.
Novel, isn't it, Mr. Loman?
Yes, I suppose you could say that. Hardly what I would term it, but then there's no accounting for tastes.
What's to be done then?
Well, it seems that these little fellows, gracing a novelty illuminated three-way waterfall in plastic, are crying out for the engineering genius and creative talent of a man of your caliber. I therefore place the whole investment in Acme Engineering at your disposal. Over to you.
We'd scheduled 2 to 3 days here. We've now finished lunchtime on day 2. I'm delighted, we're well within budget, and I'm starving hungry.
I'm going to go to bed in about an hour, so I've got to show you now. We've also had 2 lovely days, because when you all look out of the window here, I spend most of my life in the basement, in the cellar, doing advertising work. And out here you just walk around the cedars and the pines. Wonderful. Can't wait to be asked to go.
And also the garden, of course, at Hillside has been great use to us because we've used it on many location jobs, mainly for Flymer when we've done a lot of lawnmower and trimmer demonstration filming and stills photography, indeed. We've used the garden at Hillside, and that's been very useful. What we must do next time is to do some video work in the garden, I think.